airport. Okay, folks, it is 6:30. We'd like to call this meeting to order, please. This is the combined City Council work session and City Council meeting, December the 14th, 2023. This is the last meeting of the year, and if you hear this more than once, that's okay. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if we don't see each other again. But today we have, for invocation, we have Mr. Alex Smith with us. He is the pastor of the Orchard Church, and they do a lot of stuff. Come on up, Alex. I hope that mic's working. What do you think, Dick? Did you check it? That comes in the police department.
I could
You see
turn
a little green light?
one of the few
good.
tasks I've learned how to do was turn on a mic.
Very good.
Well, I asked Skip to meet, and he'd rather have me meet with the whole city. So, if y'all like to pray, however you pray, let's pray. Lord, I pray that you would bless this body. I pray that you would bless the servants here and the citizens here, Lord, that you would give them wisdom and guidance and creativity and joy in making this city a place that's safe, that's prosperous, that is good for anyone who moves in, Lord. And I pray that you would just allow them to do business and also care for one another, even in disagreement, and that this would be a place where generations to come can thrive. In your name, amen.
Thank you, Alex. The Orchard Church. Okay, Bill?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So tonight we have Boy Scout Troop 536, chartered out of the Loganville First United Methodist, here to present the colors and lead us in the pledge. We'll turn it over to the Scouts.
Color Guard attention. Color Guard, forward march. Color Guard, post. Salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Please be seated. Color Guard, retreat.
Just so everybody will know, Alex has a wife waiting for him so she can go play bunco. We really appreciate you being here, Alex. Thank you so much. Okay, we need a motion, please, to adopt the agenda. Okay, we have a motion. We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, the agenda is adopted. Normally, when we look at the council meeting minutes from the November meeting and the financials, we normally put that on consent agenda on Monday night, but since we didn't have a Monday night work session, we need a motion to accept the November council meeting minutes and also the November financial report.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion. Have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, that is approved. Before we go into the committee meetings, this is a little bit different. Normally, we allow the public gets the opportunity to speak Monday nights, and each individual has 5 minutes. Since we didn't have Monday night, and there will be at least one or two things voted on tonight, is there anyone in the audience that would like to come up and speak about anything, whatever?
Whose mom? Joanne?
Okay, seeing none, we'll move right along to the Planning and Development Committee report. Linda Dodd.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have on my agenda is we have got 3 openings coming up on the Planning and Zoning Commission Board. And so we just need to approve accepting the applications. If we want to open them from January the 1st through February the 29th, then in March, the city council can call either a work session or they can do it ever how they decide and interview all the applicants. Then after that's done, then y'all will vote on them in April or March, and then they'll be sworn in April, on April 11th, council meeting. So I just need somebody to say that it's okay for y'all, if y'all are in agreement for us to open the applications from January 1st through February the 29th. That gives,
Okay, is that a motion?
yes, that's a motion.
Okay, we have a motion. We need a second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion in 2 seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay.
Linda, do you know when the 3 seats that are coming up, do you know when their terms end? Or do they all end in April?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the reason we had to have somebody to take their place when they come off. So, and the 3, if y'all want to know who's coming off, it's Alma Thompson, Lisa Luttrell, and Amanda Sosby are the 3 seats that will be coming open. And I've only heard for sure that 2 of them are running. I've heard one that's not going to run again. So they'll have application forms for people to get and fill out.
So the people whose terms are ending will need to reapply
Correct.
if they desire to be considered for the next.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Anything else, Linda?
That's all I have for tonight, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Finance, Human Resource Committee, Ann Hunsinger.
Mr. Mayor, I have nothing to report.
Wow. Thank you, Ann. Okay, we'll move right along to Public Safety Committee report. We have Jay. I guess you'll take that away.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me call up Tim Johnson first. Let's dance for our last time, Chief Johnson. Talk about those big shiny fire trucks you got for Christmas.
Every fire chief's dream, right?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. Yes, Santa Claus did stop by Loganville this year, and we finally got our 2 trucks in. So a little four. It's real close to having an antique tag on it, but that truck has been very well for the city. It served us very well, and I'm hoping that when we get these trucks fully in service, that we can roll that into a full-time training truck, to where anytime we do our training burns throughout the year, we can use it to pump those fires and not have to take a frontline truck out of service for that task. So also, as you know, we also carry a medical first responders license for the city, and every one of our trucks have to be inspected by the state. And they came out this morning and inspected not only the new trucks, but also our existing trucks, and passed us with flying colors on all that. So we're good to go on that. So
Anybody have any questions for Chief Johnson?
Just an easy one.
yes, sir.
Will that 5-inch hose off the old truck fit the new truck? It will?
It will.
Oh, that's good. Maybe
That
put it in
will,
service.
that will not be a delay in putting them in
Good.
service. We will use the existing hose that we have
Great answer.
until we can get the new hose. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
And by the way, I think it was before Christmas 2 years ago, you were crying for these. So this Christmas, you get to see the reward of those efforts. Very good.
If I may, before I sit down, on a personal note, Miss Linda and Mr. Bolin, it's been a pleasure to work with y'all through the years, and especially for Mr. Bolin, being the chair of the Public Safety Committee, when I took this position, it was baptism by fire, and you told me anything I needed, you were there, and this mayor and council has supported us very well over the years, and I sincerely appreciate it.
I think I remember Jay saying back in those days, he wanted to go into more of those burn situations with that light equipment that he wore.
That wasn't light.
That's still, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
we'll have Friends and Family Day. You can still come and participate in that.
That's when I saved Councilman Ford. I saved him.
That and the dunk tank.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Chief. Next up, Chief Lowry. Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Mayor and council. There we go.
Is now.
Mayor and council, thank you. We've got a presentation that we want to do tonight, but I want to echo what Chief Johnson said. Mr. Bowman, Ms. Dodd, it's been a pleasure working with y'all, and it's really been enjoyable. We're going to sincerely miss you guys. Miss Janice, if you come up, please, ma'am. We've got a couple of our officers here, if y'all come up with me as well. So for those who don't know, about 10 years ago now, we decided that we were going to try to help raise some money for Walton County Special Olympics, because quite honestly, they were really struggling to make ends meet to keep this the program going. And of course, Chief McHugh was here at the time, and we talked about it, and he said, "What do you know about doing a 5K run?" I said, "Well, I know people run. That's about it." So we figured it out a little bit along the way, and we missed a couple of years with the COVID restrictions and whatnot, but we came back this year, and all of the money outside the expenses that is raised from our sponsors and our runners, we turn over to Walton County Special Olympics, and I'm proud this year, Ms. Janice, to be able to present you a check for $14,230.64.
Wow.
You know, I know that I'm not supposed to talk but 3 minutes, so I just wrote this whole little book so I could read tonight, okay? Actually, this is a thing, a list of everything we do during the year, all the things that we go on, where we take the kids and all the things that we do. This just really touches my heart, because I know that Harold and I are not going to be able to do this too much longer, but we think maybe we got 5 or 10 more years anyway. We've worked really hard to build this. When we first started with Walton County Special Olympics, we had 75 children. And that's all the children in Walton County with special needs. Now, the last event we went to was bowling, and we bowl here out of Loganville. They're wonderful with us. We had 348 special children. And if you think this doesn't touch your heart, you just go and visit these kids and see how excited they are. They don't whine and all that kind of stuff. They just do their thing, and we love it. That's what it's all about. So we will announce, too, that Social Circle joined us this year, and they've been a great donor to us. We pay for everything the children are involved in. We buy their food, we buy their shirts, we buy everything that they buy. And I'll tell you this, There's 7 of us that meet the first Tuesday night of each month, and we do all the planning. Kim Wages from Carver School started with me. She started a year before Harold and I did, and we've all been doing this over 30 years. We do a lot of traveling. We do a lot of crying. We do a lot of laughing. We just do so many wonderful things for these kids. And if you've never been, I ran off a copy of this. That's what this really is. For everybody that would like to see all the events that we go to and the ones that are local. We have a local game in April, and all the schools in the Walton County are invited, and most of them come. It's wonderful. And so if you have time, come over and see the children. They play basketball in February. We have so many wonderful, wonderful sponsors, and believe you me, if it wasn't sponsors like this, we couldn't do it, because our bus routes to pay for the buses to take the kids to the events. We paid $8,000 last year out of what little bit of money this little group of 6 people joins and gets sponsors for. I know that none of you know probably who all's on this committee, but tonight I want to tell you that, because I want everybody to be sure to always know. Kim Wages from Carver School. Haley is from Social Circle. Amanda Reed, who's lived in Loganville all of her life, she is the treasurer. She handles all the money. Connie Bailey. Harold, did I leave anybody out? Of course, the most important person is my husband, because, boy, he puts up with a lot of stuff. But I don't think I left anybody out, did I, honey? I can't think of anybody, but we meet the first Tuesday night of every month at my house on Teresa Lane, and everybody says what they want to do the next time, and then we tell them what they have to do. But we say a lot of prayers for all you people. We said a lot, and you know, I've always, since way back years ago, loved this Loganville Police Department. They are so special to me. And when Mike and Dick came up to my house that day and said they were going to do this, I shed a lot of tears that day. Now, I think my 3 minutes is probably up, but I have to tell you this. God is going to bless each and every one of these people. Because if you reach out and touch somebody and love somebody and let them know that you care, that's all these children want. They love it. They don't care if one little girl, the first time I went out to do events, one little girl stood up there and she had the prettiest blue ribbon for first place, and she said, Miss Tribble, Miss Tribble, Miss Tribble. I said, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? She said, I don't want this blue ribbon, I want a red ribbon. I said, well, honey, the blue's first. I don't care, I want a red one. So I believe you me, she got a red ribbon that day. But anyway, God love y'all. And thank you so much. I cannot tell you. And they come and see the kids. So y'all come too. You'll love it. You will love it. Thank you. God love you.
Jay, what year were you on council and did you take batteries?
No, Nunley died. Dan Curry ran
I
for
brought
this,
copies
and I ran for
of the
What year did you get it?
Christie. What year did I start? What year did I start? Well, here. When did Curry start? Why don't y'all pick her up? 2013? Yeah.
This is your second full-time.
Second.
And I have
took 2
copies
years.
of the schedule. If any of you would like one, I ran about 25 off at home. And if you don't get one tonight, you want one, call me and I'll send you.
This is
Okay?
2013.
Be glad to.
Oh, yeah, 10 years.
Got some good news for you, Janice. We just got kicked off of YouTube for running too long. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Say that again? One of the best runners that we had was Kyle, right there.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. He's a super runner.
He is super runner. He is.
He is that. Jay, anything else?
Not right now. I'll have something a little later, but that's all I have for you tonight.
Okay, so
Thank
you want
sir.
the 11:30 to midnight half hour.
Yep, probably.
Okay, here we go.
See how we go here.
Then we'll move to Public Utilities, Transportation, Bill Duvall.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have one item on the agenda tonight. Director of Utilities presented a letter requesting purchase of a spreader truck. So the city has two spreader trucks. One of them was a 1998 International. The other is a 2005 Ford F-650. The 1998 International's just gone out of service, and Brandon's not going to be able to drive that anymore. So they reached out to Wade Ford, who has the government contract. The contract, on the contract, if they were to get a vehicle off of that, they wouldn't get it into service wouldn't be able to get it until late 2025. So, here we are at the end of 2023, and we start talking about delivery 2025. So they reached out to Peach State, and they have a F-750 on the lot. Since they do not have the state contract, they were able to, prorate reduce their rate, comparable to the state contract. They reduced it $4,200. The quote in there in your packet is to purchase the truck, is to also purchase the new hydraulic spreader that goes with it. The total cost of this is $126,787.88. The city plans to purchase this with ARPA funds. And with that, I'll open it up if there's any questions. So just so people know, these spreader trucks, we spread biosolids with it and that type of thing, and can spread other stuff. So it's kind of necessary to keep things running. You can't just run one truck all the time. You got to, they're running multiple loads.
Okay, is that a motion?
So I motion that we approve the purchase of the spreader truck is presented in our packet for $126,787.88 with ARPA funds.
Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Approved.
I have no other items.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Now we'll move to Public Works Facilities Committee. Melanie Long.
Thank you, Mayor. Just real quick tonight, our stormwater department, the guys there picked up 130 pounds of garbage last month, keeping that out of our sewers and streams and out of our streets, trying to keep it look nice around here. And Jeremy and his guys, they made 215 stops, and they chipped up 13 tons of debris last month. So I applaud all them for doing such a good job keeping the city clean. And if y'all see trash out there, just stop, pick it up, and put it in a trash can somewhere. Let's try to keep the city looking as nice as we can. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Amen. Hey, thank you, Melanie. Move to Economic Development Committee, Brandon Whitfield.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no actionable items tonight, but a quick update on the information boxes. They are in. We're about to send them out to go get some graphics put on them, stuff like that, so we'll have information around the city for people. And we also have morning mingle for any local business owners that want to come tomorrow morning at Katie's Kitchen over there, the newer restaurant on C.S. Floyd. She's doing a lot of great things over there, good food, so come on out and see her. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, very good. Okay, we'll move now to City Manager's Report. Danny Roberts.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll move to the out of order here. LDA discussion. So if you recall, several months ago, you asked us to open it up. We did. I had 0 applications, so made an executive decision to keep it open until tonight. So I would suggest either we close it, keep it open, and I'll put that to y'all for answer, but we have no applications.
How many members are on there now? Do they have enough to make a quorum?
They do. They have 5 if they show up. I believe their quorum is 4, I believe.
So they're
but
needing 2 more?
2 more. They have a 7 board, and they have 5 currently.
Do y'all want to wait till after the first of the year and reopen it, or you want to just leave it open? Either way, it's, I mean, it's, yeah.
I suggest we just leave it open
Yeah.
until,
We can leave it open, but we do have 2 more positions on there that
Are fixing to roll off.
are about to
I
roll
know.
off.
And when do they roll
And
off, do you know?
June, I believe.
Okay.
Is that correct, Danny? In
Yeah, we
June.
need to just leave it open, because, I mean,
okay, that's what I need.
And also, if any council members knows of someone that would make a great placement there, please share your thoughts with them, and I'll do the same.
And then another thing that Melanie and I actually talked about tonight was the pictures for the new council, mayor and council. Do y'all want to schedule that for January's meeting or February's meeting? So just kind of need to know so y'all can dress up and look pretty. When would y'all like to do that?
Go back and do that one more time.
The picture that we put in the foyer for the citizens to throw stuff darts. We need an updated picture for the new mayor, for the council.
Can you think you can try to sell some of them this year and for dartboards around the city?
I don't know. Jay's going off. That's my only hope.
Why not?
What do you say?
I know.
He said, can we sell them? I said, you're going off, so everybody thinks Jay's pretty.
Oh, that's nice of you.
I would like to see us do it as soon as possible.
So January's meeting,
Yeah,
council?
absolutely.
Yeah, why don't we do it January, because everybody will be dressed to get sworn in, so the new
Okay.
council members
that's what
might
I was
as
gonna say,
well.
that's what I was thinking, that they're gonna be sworn in at the work session meeting,
Okay. Yep.
and then we could just take it that night.
So immediately after the meeting, we'll
Yeah,
take
because
it.
they're gonna be dressed up, and then the rest of us would just
We'll
be.
be dressed up.
Yeah, we'll be
Okay,
dressed
Brett,
up.
you got that? Okay. After? All right, the other thing is just more of a discussion. Bill, I don't know if you want to talk about the meeting that we had today. You want to talk about it? You want me to talk about it?
I can talk about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've opened some more discussions with, the State Route 20 project that's coming up to Loganville down from Sharon Church up to the city. The GDOT's project managers that have been on there have rolled off. Danny's been working to try to get back in touch with them. You know, we have, we have some needs to fill on that project, but one of them is how FESCO has access to State Route 20, as well as how Tommy Lee Fuller accesses 20, State Route 20. So we had a pretty good meeting, a productive meeting. We had the program delivery people from GDOT on the phone, as well as engineers and the mayor. So it was productive. At least it's starting over. But we took it and said, look, let's go ahead and push this to let's stay on top of this. We're going to come back in January and follow up and try to keep things moving forward.
I only got invited to the meeting when I promised Danny I'd shut up.
You did a good job with that.
I did pretty good. I get frustrated with this GDOT stuff. I'm sorry.
So
Frustrating.
for the council, Bill's being modest, but I've been calling them for last 3 months now. Got nowhere. I've called 4 or 5 different people. I call Bill. He makes one phone call. The next day, the big boss calls me and says, yeah, we'll set the meeting up. So thanks for Bill for doing that.
Thanks, Bill.
Absolutely.
It's good to have somebody that knows the
talks-
workaround.
He talks the language.
Yes.
I just
So
cuss.
the special presentations, I believe someone else is going to do it.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, I guess let's do the first one. We'll ask Brandon Whitfield if he would come down in front of the podium, and Linda Dodd, if you would join him.
All right.
Don't look in your basket yet, though. All your goodies, I got you.
Don't look in my basket. I didn't know I had a basket.
Coming from different directions.
I do wearing green and red all
You did good.
Well, Linda, you've been a great mentor to me since I've been coming on council. You taught me how the city used to run under Bill Jones, and you taught me a lot of the history of it while you were on it pre-social media days especially. Oh, sorry. And we thought about getting you some good stuff. I got you a whole purple basket full of purple goodies, a lot of relaxing stuff. Now that you're coming off council, you might need to, you get time to relax now. So I got you some soaps. I did get you some Christmas items, a purple Christmas tree, a purple ornament, a purple mug with some purple ice cubes in it. I don't know how they work, but they're purple. I got you some purple candy, not chocolate, because I know you don't like chocolate. So I got you some purple candy. And I got you something else, so you could always remember our biggest debate that we've had here. I got you a big purple pinwheel. But it didn't, it was supposed to be here by 5 today. It didn't show up. I'll bring it by tomorrow when it comes in. I'll just put it in your yard, and you'll know when you see the big purple pinwheel. Your big purple pinwheel.
How big is it?
It's about 2 foot.
Good,
But I
that's
think
what
some
you
of it
always
goes in
wanted.
the ground, so we can get it down to code if that's above code. But in this plaque, it says, "In grateful recognition of your outstanding services, commitment, and dedication to the city of Loganville as a council member, 2016 to 12/23/2023, Linda Dye."
Thank you so much.
And I thank you for everything you've done for us.
One more. So while I'm up here, I'll just go ahead and make my little speech that I was going to make. And I'll have to come back up here again. Is the mic on? Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you to my family. Annette's always been here. Freddie was always here. He always enjoyed the council meetings. Sometimes when we would get home or going home in the car, he would say, "Well, that went okay tonight." And I'd say, "Yeah, it went okay." So he was my sounding board, and he kept me more on the ground than I would have been if I hadn't had him in my life. So I miss him terribly, but he's where he needs to be. I want to thank all of the city workers. Y'all have just been very kind with me, for me. And I want to thank Danny Roberts. Danny calls me Mama Bear, and, I'm old enough to be his mom, so he's right in between my two kids. So I appreciate him, and he's always been very supportive and always very caring, calling, asking if I need things, and the council members. And I really appreciate you guys. I really do. And I'm going to miss some things of council, some things I won't miss. But I've really enjoyed, for the most part, being on council. So I just want to say this. This has been something that has bothered me for about the past 3 years, and so I just want to clear the slate. During the council meetings, everything's been great until we did the development. And once we started the development, I never realized how many people in Loganville just don't like change, but there's a lot. And during this time, my family was went after. We were accused of bribes. We were accused of unethical things. And these just simply were not true. And I just want to set the record straight that me and my family never did anything wrong. If I had been, then charges would have been brought against me, and they weren't. And I just want to say to the people that went after me and my family, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because I did this because I wanted to be on city council. I wanted to try to help the city and not hurt the city. So I just wanted to say that because I felt like it was something that needed to be said. I'm not going away. I'm not going to be on council, but I'm not going to wait. I'll come to all the council meetings that I can. That was one thing that when we moved to Loganville, and we've been here since 1996, Bill Jones said, if you want to know what's going on in the city, come to the council meetings, come to the work sessions. And I've always done that. Did that before I ever ran for council. And that's, I would encourage anybody to do that if they're interested in doing any type for politics. So I consider Loganville my home. I'm looking forward to the changes that are going to come downtown. I'm looking forward to the new library, to the new town green that we're going to have. And I know the city council is going to keep it moving forward, and we need to, because we've struggled to get it as far as we've got it. So I'm hoping that y'all will work together and make it be a community that everybody can be proud of and be glad that they're living in. So I know Jade's going to be glad to be off too, I assume he is. From the smile on his face, from the police thing last night, he was grinning from ear to ear, and I've been kind of jumping jacks and stuff, if I could jump jacks. So I'm glad to be off, but I'm going to miss y'all, and I thank you all for your support, for your love, and for your the honor that I've had on being the city council, and I thank you for it.
Thank you, Linda. Since this is a night of gifting folks who have served the city, I just don't want either of you to forget that your name tag in front of you goes with you, and that's a little gift extra, just so you'll be aware. And now, if we could bring Ann Hunsinger up front with Jay Boland. Please.
You don't get to get over here yet. You gotta stand over there. Hello. All right, so somehow I got elected to talk about Jay because, I guess because he sits next to me. But I thought I'd talk for a minute about being on council. And I think everybody up there, everybody that's ever been on council would say and agree that it is a family. It's pretty dysfunctional some of the time. And lots of times we hate each other, but lots of times we don't. And so when I first started on council, Jay sat on Ray's left side, and he didn't talk to me hardly at all. He was like Jay, and I was just new. And like when you're new, nobody knows what to say. I mean, you try, but like gradually, Jay kind of started talking to me, and you know, we were on a couple committees together, so it was all okay. And I guess over the time that we're in council, I think there was, what, a year and a half maybe we didn't talk at all? We didn't speak? Because he was mad at me and I was mad at him, and it was all his fault. But I'm just kidding. But, you know, when you're chair of public safety, I'm going to tell you it's a pretty easy committee because, because everybody wants the police and fire to have everything they want, including the council. It's like easy, but Jay never rested on easy. He got involved with Chief Morrow and Chief McHugh, and he stayed involved with Chief Lowry and Chief Johnson, and he really took the time to learn about those committees and all of the stuff that they needed. And is that 3 fire trucks now since you've been on public safety? Yeah, so four fire trucks. So in the time that he's been on council, when it could have been easy, he didn't ever take the easy road. And one of the things that I respect about Jay, especially during the development, is that of all the council and all the meetings that we had, he was never on board, and he said he was never on board, and he never flipped. And I, as a council member, and all of the council always respects, at least I think we all do, if you know where somebody stands and they're going to stick with it, that's really valuable when you're trying to figure out how you're going to move forward as a team. So I bet y'all don't know that Jay likes gummy bears. So I didn't bring it up here, I gave it to you earlier, but he does have a 5-pound red gummy bear, because he doesn't like the white gummy bears. I don't know why. There it is, yeah.
Clarify, I like the legal gummy bears. I want to clarify that.
So are you going to take that back? Did I get you the wrong kind? Anyway, so during the time that Jay and I really didn't talk, and then, you know, I don't think it's really a secret to say that maybe you and the mayor aren't the best of friends. And you and Skip aren't the, maybe you're doing okay. Okay. So, well, for some reason you got sat down by me, so maybe you made somebody mad. Anyway, but Jay and I kind of got talking again when your dad died. And I know that that was a really tough time for you. And as somebody who lost my dad during time on council, I understand that. And what I will tell you about Jay Bolin, and this is what I've learned. Jay loves his wife, Wendy. Jay loves his mom, Joanne. And Jay loves his mother-in-law, Penny. And Jay loves his son, who is an incredible baseball player. So there were times that you were all following the game. But here's what I know. I appreciate serving with you. You have been a good friend. We've been like cats and dogs sometimes. And I heard a rumor that we might see you again in 2 years.
Yeah, I think so.
At any rate, I have a plaque too, but I haven't looked at it. It's like a dad present, right? I did not. There you go. Jay Bolin, in grateful recognition of your outstanding services, commitment, and dedication to the city of Loganville as council member for 10 years from June 2013 to December 2023. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it. Oh, wait.
Greg, I lost a bet. Jeez. Just a little bit. So before the meeting started, I told Paul the election was stolen, it was rigged, and it was Russia. And then he reminded me that I didn't seek re-election. This isn't goodbye. I will be back soon enough. 10 years, 2 city halls, 3 mayors, 3 city attorneys, 3 fire chiefs, 2 police chiefs, 2 city managers, 3 elections, and a partridge in a pear tree. Fun fact, I think Skip may have told me this. All of that I just mentioned, Skip, everybody, same with you? Everybody that you serve with, I've served with.
Sir?
Everybody that I've served with, you have. You could read that right there. That's kind of crazy, right?
It is. Good folks.
I want to thank my family, Wendy, and my mother-in-law, Penny, my mom in New York watching.
Would you tell you you're going to be a movie star tonight?
I'm just trying to get through this. All my supporters and my City Hall family, Bill Jones, who isn't with us anymore. He was a mentor from day one. Mark Adu was my Yoda. He was always my first phone call when I sought advice. I've been around giving hugs and handshakes to everyone around City Hall and thanked them for everything. To those employees and my supporters who were my personal cell phone, you pinky promised that you would still return my text messages and calls, even though I'm not the coolest city council member of all time anymore. I want to thank Chief Johnson and all the firefighters. Christmas came early for the chief, as we saw earlier tonight. As Chief mentioned, he took that position. I'm glad he did. He's doing a great job. He always had an open door policy. He was always there for me when I needed him. I want to thank Chief Lowry as well. If you call Chief at 3 in the morning, he's going to say 3 things. Are you okay? Where are you at? And I'm on my way. That's Chief Lowry. If the zombie apocalypse broke out or the aliens landed, I would find Chief Lowry because no matter what, I know I'm going to be all right. He's one of the best men I've ever met in my life. God, that always gets me. Damn it. I saw a lot of our heroes last night at the LPD dinner and made sure to thank as many as I could for the job they do. I'm honored to have served in the city. I'm incredibly proud of my accomplishments. I'm thankful one of my last votes on council was to give the salary study approval along with the members of the council, and the outpouring from our employees was great, and I'll never forget it. I think it's pretty cool. My name is on a plaque outside the Rock Gym from 1 years ago. Remember, Skip? We put all that money into that the Rock Gym, and look at it now. To be part of Chief Lowry and Assistant Chief Warnock's big night, not a dry eye in the house. To see those two get the well-deserved promotions they deserve. Two great men I've had the pleasure of working with. That was special right there. That was special. I'll bring up the 800 apartments and being on the right side of that one, in my opinion, from day one. I'll skip past that. As your public safety chairman, replacing a judge whose sentences to those that broke the law in our city were book reports and letters to the troops, to a law and order judge that I can promise you doesn't do any of that nonsense anymore. Like how I skirted that one, Danny? I'm thinking, always thinking. And because of how much I admire that man right there, I have to say, I'm most proud of taking over one of our council meetings. I believe it's the most viewed video on YouTube we have, when we stood up and spoke up for Danny Roberts. So to the council and mayor, nobody knows what it's like to serve up there until you're up there. It's not easy. We don't do it for the money. We sometimes take a lot of you-know-what, some more than others. It's been a pleasure working and serving with you all. Thank you. Little bit, it's acceptable. 10 years is acceptable. I'm good.
I think we should always thank folks who step out and try to do what's best for the city. Jay's been involved in this for 10 years, and we certainly appreciate those efforts. He took over when Chuck Bagley was no longer able to serve, and Linda's been doing this for 8 years, and both of them a long time. So we appreciate your efforts. We thank you. And one thing that Jay said is certainly true. Nobody knows what it's like to serve in these seats until you're there. We're prepped on what laws might apply. We're prepped on what we might want to do, we ain't going to be able to do. Lots of things that keep ideas from coming to life that many people aren't even aware of. So we do appreciate your efforts.
One thing, I have a video, 2 videos. Can you play mine first?
That was brief. Very good. Well, everybody now is thinking about it, Kyle. Well, right.
Wow, congratulations, brother. Time flies. Man, what an honor to serve with you during city council. 9 out of my 11 years serving Loganville, I served with you, brother. We did great things. Of course, when I was a city council member, chairman of public safety, and you were my right-hand man there. And of course, when I became mayor, I appointed you to be chairman of public safety, and you did great things. I love your passion for public safety, and you did great things when you were chairman of public safety. And of course, you sat next to me during this great city council meetings. We had fun. We had fun, but brother, I wish you, Wendy, Kenny, Jake, your whole family, nothing but the best. I know, brother, you're gonna do great in whatever project endeavors the future holds for you. Merry Christmas to you, and Happy New Year, brother.
Very good. Very good. Very nice. One thing I saw in Jay's little skit before that was I saw a very young individual grow into a much older individual. Did you notice that? Yeah. Happens to all of us, doesn't it? I understand that. Okay, Danny, anything else?
On behalf of all the staff, thank y'all. Linda, Jay, thank you for that. Jay, I'm surprised you didn't say another thing I thought you was going to say. The name you gave me, Mr. No, that has stuck with some of these other council members. So for those that don't know, Jay would always call me, I need to talk to you, but don't say no. Don't ask questions and get no answers. So, but anyway, we're going to miss you, Jay. Linda, we're going to miss you. And also, you was the Grand Marshal. You didn't say that.
It was on this video.
He was the Grand Marshal this year.
It was
So
there. Look good.
But we will miss y'all. You're still
Anybody's
here.
got enough courage to wear that outfit.
Yeah,
Should be grand something.
yeah.
Well, Chief Warner, our Assistant Chief Warner, let me, halfway, he let me loose. He said, go, just don't
Yeah.
go over the parade.
Yeah.
'Cause he
Yeah.
said some.
It goes from an hour parade to an hour and 45 minutes with Jay. So
Tell you,
2 years ago, it was like, come on, we got to go.
I had a lot of candy.
Yeah. So we're going to miss y'all, but we'll still be here. Come and see us. Come to the gym, work out. Come see us. Drink some coffee. I drink water. But yeah, we're going to miss y'all and thank y'all for what you done for us and what you done for me personally. Thank you.
Okay, with that said, thank you. Paul, we ain't got you on the list tonight, but you're certainly welcome to have your opportunity.
Yeah, I'm on there. Y'all should have put me in a different order so I didn't have to follow
Where
up all
are you?
these, sappy moments. But
Yeah.
I'll try and bring us back down to some boredom here real quick. Just an update for you guys, and not for Miss Linda, Mr. Jay, since
Oh,
y'all
you
won't
got
be
it.
here.
You're right.
Sorry to miss y'all,
Don't
but
worry about that one.
in February cycle, I'll be bringing y'all an Open Records Act ordinance. It's just something y'all need to have on the books that you don't. It's a pretty standard ordinance, just outlines how Open Records Act come into the city. And then we'll be bringing an update on some development regs, on some things that staff has requested. Some things you may have seen, some things you may not. The biggest one is, the fence issue you had, bringing an ordinance, a development reg ordinance cleanup that's going to fix that, so we won't see that in the future. Then the big one that I know we've all been talking about for the next cycle, so for February, March, assuming we can get through meetings with you guys, which I know we've almost finished up, and get drafted, which we're going to put the pedal to the metal to make sure we do, is February, March, we'll be bringing you a new alcohol ordinance. I think we've talked to all of y'all about that generally, that we need to do a cleanup on it. It's got some administrative issues, but also I know there's some concerns on changing some things, making some other things more available to businesses specifically or especially in the downtown area. So that's what's coming up on our radars. January, February, you'll see open records and some development reg changes. And then February, March cycle, we'll be bringing you a new alcohol ordinance. And other than that, I have nothing else other than Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. And I'll be happy to
You and
answer
your
any
family as
questions
well.
you'll have.
Danny, do you want to mention the swearing in January?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So I know the two elected council members, Patty and Lisa, are both home sick, so they said they apologize for not coming tonight. But I know they're watching, so you just heard Paul say about the ordinance. He will get with y'all after the swearing in, after it's official, so don't panic. Paul Walsh will talk to y'all about the alcohol too. So we're gonna be doing a little bit things different this year. This is the last meeting, unless we have a, God forbid, a called council meeting before the 31st of December. So this is y'all's last meeting, so. And then at 6:20 on Monday, I believe it's the 8th, we will have the swearing in with the 3 new council members, Bill, Lisa, and Patty. And then they'll immediately take their seats. Judge Bruce Wright is going to swear them in. I spoke to him, Paul spoke to him, and I know the candidates have, or the council-elects have spoken to him as well. So he will be the judge that also is the night of the national championship, so we know that. Trust me, we're aware of it, but we have business to conduct, and we don't think we have a big agenda, but there will be some things. Also, while I'm thinking about it, you have to remember vice mayor will be in February.
Right.
So y'all need to make nominations, so be thinking about it now. But we'll be doing that. So 6:20, the 8th, swearing in, take seat 6:30. So y'all will not be taking a seat in January. You can come and watch though. And say how you should have done it, right? That's all I have, Mayor.
So the swearing in is at 6:20, the swearing at's at 7 o'clock. Somewhere like that. Okay, could we have a motion to adjourn? We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, all of you, for being here. And you can never hear it too many times. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.